Welcome to chair class. I'm doing it a little bit different today, so I was hiding behind the camera, getting it set up. And the orientation is so that we can play with, you're sitting right beside me in our little chair circle, as we do in the studio. So you're in the good seat, and you're not facing me in the hot seat. And we'll play with this and see how we like this orientation. Hopefully we won't have to do this virtual setup for too much longer. I'm already thinking about ways to get us together, maybe on my front lawn outside. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. But for just a couple more weeks or three more weeks, we'll enjoy it this way. And we're still connecting, we're still moving and breathing. So all of the benefits of taking some time out and checking in with your body, see how things are feeling, where you need to loosen up, and how you can feel better all together is so valuable, especially right now. And I had to remind myself that we're actually in the month of May this morning, because it doesn't feel like the month of May. It's really cold a little bit, so I'm still in my sweaters. And just looking for the gardens that are growing. I think the Plunketts have a beautiful garden. Mine is much smaller, but it's growing. So we are heading into some beautiful summer months. I'm excited. So again, in this orientation, you're sitting beside me. So when I'm moving my right hand this direction, you can also move your right hand. And when I'm moving my left hand and leaning off to the left or using my left foot, you're just going along for the ride with me, okay? And so all of this blended practice of yoga and Tai Chi, don't worry so much about getting everything in the right place or looking exactly like I look. This is much more about the quality of breathing, relaxing your body, easing yourself into different places, seeing how things feel. And the minute you feel something that's uncomfortable or any pain in your body, that's your signal you've gone a little bit too far or a little bit too fast, or it might not be a position that's good for you right now. So you are your best teacher and your best guide. I'm just kind of leading us all in those directions, but you make all the adjustments for your unique body. Okay? All right, here we go. It's hard not to look at you the whole time, but I am going to kind of turn this way. I'll check back in with you as we go. So I have my hips lifted up a little bit. This seat's a little low for me, and I wanted to have my hips a little bit higher than my knee height. And then my feet are out underneath my knees comfortably. You can always scoot back and use the back of your chair for some support if you need to. For today, I'm most of the time going to be halfway out and supporting myself, okay? But suit your own needs here again. So I'm relaxing my hips into the seat of the chair. Relaxing my feet into the bottom of the floor or into the floor. And then let's just settle in right here with some deep breaths. Close your eyes for a moment if you like. Notice how your body feels. Start to gently connect your breath to that noticing of your body, which is really the most important thing we're going to do throughout this time together. Using some deeper breaths, some longer breaths, and then that breath can help you notice what's happening on the inside of your body. So Strala Yoga teaches using that visual of your breath being like a flashlight, shining to all the places on the inside. As you take a deep breath in, How does everything feel? And as you take a deep breath out, relax a little bit more. Let go of tension. Let go of tightness and holding. And every time you do that, you're feeling a little bit better, and you're feeling a little bit more like yourself. Your true self that is free of tension, free of stress, free of fear and anxiety. It's you at your best. Let's take one more deep breath here. Good. Gently opening your eyes. Let's take a breath and shrug the shoulders a little bit up towards the ears, and then release them a little bit lower down. And again, breathe in, lift up. And exhale, relax down. Let's go one more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. This time, let's send the shoulders a little bit towards the front and a little bit up. And then roll them back and release them all the way down. So some gentle circles, only as far as you're comfortable with. Remember, we don't want to force anything. It's not about a great big movement. It's about a comfortable movement where your shoulders, your shoulder blades, your middle back, and your neck are easing open. And let's go one more time, really connecting that breath. Breathe in as you start the circle. And breathe out as you finish. Nice. Relaxing the arms down by our sides. Just feel the weight of your arms hanging. Everything loose. Good. Let's open the door. Take a breath in. And the arms float and follow and relax back down. And again, breathe in. The arms respond by floating. Exhale. They drop back down. 2 more times. Breathe in. And soften back. Float down. And 1 more time. Breathe in. And they coast in and down. Good. This time, let's breathe in. Keep the arms nice and heavy, and we're going to float the right fingertips over to the right. So we're side bending, relaxing the waist and the middle back, just dropping the left fingertips down any amount towards the floor. And breathe in, lift up. And exhale, sink over to the right a bit. And breathe in, lift up. And sink over to the left. You can relax your neck here and let your head float in the same direction too. And exhale, float over to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale to the left. Good. Let's come back into that center position, easing the hands back onto the knees. Now we're going to go in the direction of our cat-cow movement. So in the amount, we're going to relax and round the spine, dropping the chin, looking towards the belly. The shoulders just stay easy and relaxed. And then moving towards your cow, opening towards the front of the body, lifting the head a bit. Again, starting this movement as soft and as small as you like. We're just exploring what that feels like for your spine, for the front of your body and the back of your body to move in these two directions. I like to have a big exhale as I round my back because you're compressing, emptying out the lungs. And then as you open up the front of the body, this is a great place to take a deep breath in. So we're going to just find that speed that matches your breath. You don't have to match mine here. I might be going too slow for you. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. So it becomes like a wave back and forth. Let's do a couple more here. Rounding and bending forward. Opening. And last time, cat. And cow. And then make your way towards that nice central position. So we talk about that invisible string attached to the top of your head and just floating you up. And then your hips sinking into the support of the seat of the chair. And then everything else in between is just floating. Easy and hanging. Easy breaths in and out. What do you notice in your legs and your feet? What can you let go of here? Your rib cage is movable and free to open and expand as you inhale. And relaxes back in with the exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's send the hands into that embrace the moon posture. So I have my right hand just resting on top of that moon. Rounded shape. Left palm is underneath that moon and we're going to start it to move. So nothing ever really stays in place. That moon is spinning and turning in front of us and we're breathing as we go. So an inhale as you revolve around it, and exhale as it comes into place. And then you reverse that direction. It's always spinning in a circle. It's always moving back and forth, just like your breath. Never stops. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go one more time like this. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's go into parting the horse's mane. So we have a beautiful horse and his mane is between our palms. We're going to start to stroke that mane and then part it. Open it and lean towards that right palm that's lifted a bit. And then come back into center. That right palm now comes to rest on top of the moon. Same thing to the other side. A little press and a little opening. Left hand reaches a little high. And then come back in to embrace the moon right back into the center. So we're going to breathe in as we part and open to the right. Come back into center. And inhale, part and open left. Exhale, come into center. If you want to add the foot here, the right heel into a bow step, reach a little bit out towards the right. Coming back in, embrace the moon. And off off to the left. Bow step with that heel, a little lift out to that left side. And come in, relax. Keep those shoulders easy. So if you need to keep this all closer to you, maybe it looks a little bit more like this. Keep the arms closer to the body and come back in to embrace the moon. Same thing to the left. You don't have to reach out far. It's just a little shift, a little lean, and then come back in to embrace the moon. If going out a little bit further, inhale, feels good. You can get a little more stretch, and then it reverses and comes back in. Same thing to the left. Breathe in and reach out. And exhale, coming back into center. Let's go one more time each side. Easy shoulders, easy hips, little shift. And return. Last time to the left. Inhale. And big exhale. Let's come into a meditation tree pose. So the palms of the hands are facing the belly. Everything that we set up in terms of your posture is the same. So the top of your head is lightly floating. Your hips are relaxed down. Easy arms, deep breaths. Exhale, let go of the tension. Inhale, shine that flashlight. Exhale, let it roll off. One more breath in. And long breath out. Good. Let's send the hands a little bit to the front. Float them up. Relax the elbows and sink the hands right down onto the legs. Let's work on some footwork here. We're going to go back to the bow step, but this time right out in front of your hip. So your hip and your knee and your ankle are all in one line, but you have an open channel between your feet here. So you're not on a tight rope. You have this nice sturdy opening. So as that right heel reaches out into the bow step, you're hinging at the hip, a little flexion forward. And then leaning it back gives you some space to draw that foot back home. Same thing on the left. Bow step forward, a little lean in that direction. Make sure you're not tensing the neck here. So my head's just folding forward as my shoulders move forward. And then leaning back. Draw that foot back in. Same thing again on the right. We're inhaling forward. And we're exhaling, return back in. And again, inhale forward. And exhale, return. One more time like this. Inhale forward. And exhale, return. Last time, inhale forward. And exhale, return. Nice. Coming up tall, good. Now we're going to learn the hands to brush, knee, and push. Once we learn the arms and what's happening at the upper body, we'll add that bow step right back in. So don't forget that bow step. We're going to come back to it. So let's embrace our moon. Right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. Easy body. For the brush knee, the lower palm is going to rotate down and brush over the left knee while the right palm pushes right out in front, leaning as you go. When you come back, that front hand drops under the moon, the left palm comes on top. Same thing to the other side, lower palm, right palm turns and brushes the right knee, left palm pushes forward a little lean. Drop that front hand down under the moon and the right palm circles above it. And again, left palm brush knee, right palm push. Drop that front palm under the moon, left palm comes on top. And right palm push, the whole body moves forward a little. And then as the body comes back, that palm returns, circle the moon. One more time each side. Brush knee, whole body forward, push. Bring it back in and embrace the moon. Brush knee and push. Lean back, embrace the moon. We're ready to add the legs back in. Left heel forward, brush the left knee, push. It actually helps because the foot that's going forward makes you a little more stable as you lean forward. So your whole body is working together here. It feels much better when you put everything in it. And then you can flow nice and easy, nothing's left out. Brush knee and push. And lean back, bring everything back in. And brush knee and push. Lean back, circle and embrace the moon. And brush knee and push. Lean back, embrace. Let's go one more time. Right heel forward, brush the right knee, push forward. And lean it back, embrace the moon. Good, let's float both hands up. Big exhale, relax them back down. Nice, let's just stretch out a little bit. So I'm going to move my feet forward and out to the side. I have a nice wide, long base of support. And then I have a little shelf to put my forearms on. And I can interlace my fingers, palms together, whatever feels good. I'm going to drop my head forward. Relax my shoulders forward. Relax my whole back. You can adjust a little more forward on the knees if you want. And this is a really nice hang position to relax the whole length of the back. So I feel this all the way down in my lower back, up through my middle back. Drop your head forward. And just notice that whole back length of your body. If anything doesn't feel good, if this is not good for you, use your palms to push your way back up to sitting and rest there, and we'll join you in just a second. While you breathe and hang here, it might feel good to turn your head a little bit side to side. Just to notice what's happening at the muscles, the tissues around your neck and shoulders, easy as you go. And then whenever you're ready to come up, lean off to one side just a bit so you can get that free hand to the thigh, and then press through the palms to ease your way up. And walk those feet back in place underneath the hips, underneath the knees. And find that nice, easy sitting posture again. Shoulders easy. Neck free, so you can turn that head at any time, check in. Good. All right, let's come back to a Tai Chi movement. Let's practice repulsing the monkey. We're going to get a little bit of rotation happening in this movement. So we're coming from the middle of the body a little bit to one side, and then from the other side a little bit easy back and forth. So don't think you've got to turn all the way. It's not a great big movement. It's just opening a little bit and opening a little bit. We're going to keep the feet planted, just relaxed into the floor. Relax the arms all the way down by your sides. Relax your lower back. So I'll go ahead and use myself as an example. The minute I get ready to do something, I get excited about moving. Like, yes, next movement, let's go. I go like this immediately, and I arch my lower back because I'm ready to go, right? But it's too much. So I overdo my lower back muscles all the time. So I'm constantly reminding myself, nope, lengthen, relax. And what that looks like, instead of having an arched lower back where I'm tensing my back muscles, when I soften my lower back, it relaxes and flattens out a little bit. And then my hips sink down into the chair better. Yeah, so this is my easy posture. This is where I should live. This is where I come back to all the time. After I do, yes, I go, oh, this is better. Okay, so less doing is usually the best course of action for us. Where can we unwind? Where can we let go and feel better and last longer? Yeah? Okay, so here I am. I'm in position now. I'm not overdoing it. We're going to float our arms a little bit out to the front. And then we're going to drop our right arm down towards our sides. Send it out. Hinge the elbow so that palm is going to pass right past our cheek. Meanwhile, that left palm is just easing up. And we're going to pass the right palm over the left palm, and then it sits out to the front. Drop the left hand down to your side. Ease it out. Bend the elbow in. Meanwhile, that right palm turns up. And this is passing and acknowledging one palm right over the other. It's a really cool thing to notice the palms of your hands throughout this movement wherever they are. So that becomes a little bit of my listening focus. Where are the palms of my hands? And then this is really an engaging part right here. Palm over palm, passing each other. And then drop the left down. Send it out. Hinge it in. And pass the left palm over the right. Drop the right down. And out. And in. And pass. Drop down. And out. And in. And pass. Let's go one more time. Drop the right down. Out. In. And pass. One more time. Down. Out. In. And pass. Float both arms out. Big exhale. Relax everything down. So the really cool thing, I'm just going to talk for a moment. I'm going to turn to talk to you. It's weird for my camera to be faced away because I have not even myself to talk to now. I can't see anybody or me, but I'm going to go ahead. Here's my little spiel about paying attention to one area of your body or any area of your body. The minute we start paying attention to how we feel, then everything else drops away. Worrying about tomorrow drops away. Anxiety drops away. We stop all of that busyness of decision making and worry and care. And we're like, well, how does that really feel in my body? And noticing and being present in what's happening right now, paying attention to what's going on in my body. Well, that's mindfulness. And that's why Tai Chi and yoga are great mind-body practices, because it hopefully is drawing attention to how am I? Where am I? What does that feel like? How am I moving? Where am I tight? How can I relax that part? When I breathe deeply, what does that feel like? And when I move forward, what does that feel like? So hopefully that connects with you, that this is the valuable part of listening and noticing and moving and breathing, is that we are meant to live this way, being present and participating, paying attention to what's happening right now. And as we develop that and cultivate it, it enriches every part of our lives. And then when we walk away from this practice and we're taking a walk down the street, we start paying attention to the trees. We start paying attention to the bottoms of our feet when we're walking. And if something doesn't feel good, we notice it sooner. And we know how to correct it. We know how to relax our bodies and to breathe well and to feel better. So this isn't just like, oh, I did my exercise for the day. This is a training for living life that flows into everything else you do. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. It's enough. But it's so good. I encourage myself when I start talking about these things, because it's so helpful. All right, let's move our legs a little bit more and think a little bit about just strengthening the legs in the best way, where we don't overdo it. Again, you know how I overdo my lower back. We could do that at any area of our body as well. So we're going to go into rooster stands on one leg, which is going to strengthen our hip flexor muscles, but we don't want to overdo it. And we don't want to cause tension as we push to get stronger. So we're going to start with our hands resting on our legs and find that nice, easy seated position. And then we're going to start to float one heel up off the floor and the other heel up off the floor. So we're going to get into that back and forth flow, left and right. And as you do this, you can start to shift your weight at your hips a little bit left and right as well. So as your right heel floats up in the air, you're leaning away from that side to unweight it a little bit. As your left heel is up, it's because you've shifted and made space for that heel to come up. So it's all kind of body mechanics, using your body position to make things flow easier and more naturally. Good, so now let's come to the tip of the toes. A little bit higher up, a little more unweighting of that whole side. Using the least amount of effort as you need to. Don't worry, the hip flexor is going to work more and more as we go. We are strengthening. We're just doing it in a really smart way. Good. So from here, if you feel good about lifting the toes off the floor a bit, that's when the hip flexor is kicking in to lift the weight of the leg, but we're not overdoing it because it's an unweighted leg. Let's connect the breath to that. So we're breathing in as we float up, and breathing out to come down, come center. And lean it to the side, lift up. And big exhale, come center. And this becomes just a meditative movement side to side. It's not exhausting us. It feels good. We're breathing and relaxing as we go. We could do this all day long and feel great. We could eat lunch like this. Exhale, center. But we're growing and we're strengthening. The muscle is contracting and then it's lengthening back and forth. Let's go 2 more times. Nice big inhale as you lean and lift. Exhale, come center. And inhale. And exhale. All right, coming into that center place. Notice how your back's doing. Relax your shoulders. Float the top of the head. Good. Let's keep the legs resting now, feet resting into the floor. We're going to do a little floating hands like clouds. So similar to that repulsing the monkey movement, where we were gently rotating from the center of the body, a little bit left and a little bit right. It's the same type of thing, floating hands like clouds. We actually have our arms a little bit closer into the body. So if you have any shoulder issues, this is going to feel even better and more comfortable. You can always adjust that cloud. And I like to imagine that literally there's a little puffy cloud between my palms and the front of my body. And when I imagine a puffy white cloud, similar to the ones that are in the sky today, it's soft, it's easy. There's nothing rigid or hard about those puffy white clouds. Yeah, and they're floating, and that's exactly what we're going to do with our bodies. So we're going to start just by having the left palm a little bit higher than the right palm, and you follow that high palm. Your body's going to float you in that direction to the left, and then you reverse. You float your body a little bit to the right. So each time, that lower palm is just switching in response to the float. So the goal here, not only is that puffy white cloud between your palms and your belly, but imagine your whole torso becoming that fluffy white cloud as well. So your whole spine is melting as you rotate one side. And then as you rotate to the next side. And ideally, this is the way we want all of our joints to move throughout our body. We don't want any joints locked or stiff. We want all of our joints movable, flexible, responding to any direction that we want to go into. Good. Let's connect that breath. So we're breathing in as we're floating one direction, and breathing out as we float the next. So you don't have to match my speed here. Find your comfortable breath pattern, and then that's what initiates your movement. Inhale one side, and exhale to the next side. And inhale. And exhale. Let's go 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Coming back to your center location, let's come back into that meditation tree pose. So palms of the hands facing the belly. Relax the hands wherever your shoulders are comfortable. So this may be really close in towards yourself. If you want to play with expanding and enlarging that tree that you're embracing, You can, as long as you feel this not happening. So the minute your shoulders start coming up towards your ears and you start tensing in your upper body and your neck, that's your signal to come closer into the body. Soften everything up. So let's stay right here and breathe and listen. Inhale, listen to every part. And exhale, what can you relax and soften? And again, inhale, listen. And exhale, relax, let go of tension. So train yourself to hold, or I don't even want to say the word hold. Train yourself to be without tensing up. And you can even move with that breath, a little rise in the chest, and then the exhale, a little sinking of the body. It helps me when I'm really focusing to close my eyes, so feel free to close your eyes. We're going to be here maybe a minute if you're comfortable with that, but you can always lower your hands back down to your legs and breathe right there. Inhale. And exhale, soften the whole body. And inhale, listen. And exhale, what can you relax? 2 more times. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Let's take a breath and just float the arms up a little bit. And let them soften all the way down to the legs. Nice. Let's shift the weight a little bit side to side. So one of my favorite positions, one of my favorite ways to sit in a chair is to keep a little movement going. And I like this side to side rock. Shoulders easy. Noticing how your hips and your lower back feel here. Good. So we just held that position, that meditation tree pose. We just held that position for a bit, but relaxed as we were there. Don't be shocked or surprised if your muscles are tired after that. In fact, that's how we build strength. We use a muscle and we fatigue that muscle, and then that muscle gets the message of we need to build more fibers. Let's do that. And you'll build strength by more muscle fibers being laid down. That's good, but we want to use that position of strengthening in the most relaxed way. So that's why we're using the breath to listen, and then we're using the breath to relax as we hang out there and use that muscle. Okay, so there's nothing, don't beat yourself up if you say, oh, I came out of that and I was so tired, I must have been doing it wrong. Being tired is not bad. It just means you were using your muscles, so it could be totally appropriate for you, right? Okay, we've got a few more minutes here to do a little more stretches, especially I want to focus our in stretches on opening the front of the body a little bit more and breathing with that. And then we'll finally kind of finish towards some stillness and a little bit of meditation and quietness. Okay, all good stuff. So let's go back to that cat-cow direction of movement that we did before, but we did it with the hands resting on the legs. Now let's go ahead and get a little bit more shoulder opening into that mix. So floating the tips of the fingers behind the back of the head, nice and soft, just resting back there. As we go towards our cow position, opening the elbows a little bit, opening the front of the body, any amount. And then as we round towards your cat position, dropping the elbows together, dropping the chin, round. And then opening again, elbows open, back opens. Take a deep breath. And then dropping and rounding the body. Good. So once you get a feel for the direction that we're going, you don't have to look at me and try to match what I look like. My body's different than yours. So feel your body opening in the front part. And then feel your body maybe rounding but lengthening the back of your body. Feel that nice stretch. Take your time. Opening the front of your body, opening the front of your shoulders, opening the front of your neck. And then rounding your body, dropping your chin, lengthening the back of your neck. Let's go one more time each way. Opening the front of the body. Legs are easy, hips relaxed. And then rounding the body, lengthening the back of the neck. Dropping. Nice. Dropping the hands down to rest on the legs. Let's come back to that easy seated position again. That invisible string is attached to the top of your head, floating your head up. Your hips are sinking down into the chair, and everything in between is easy and soft and relaxed. Take a deep breath in, open your ribs. And a full breath out. Let's empty the ribs, empty the lungs all the way. And again, full breath in, open. And full breath out. One more time. Full breath in. And full breath out. Good. Let's ease our way into the most comfortable place for you. I'm going to scoot myself back and use the back of my chair for a little support here as we go into stillness and meditation. So feel free to adjust. Place your feet anywhere you like. Relax your shoulders. Find a comfortable place for your hands to rest on your legs. Notice how your whole body feels. Close your eyes if you like. I'm going to guide you through just noticing one part of your body at a time and helping it to relax as much as you can. Take a listen to the bottom of your feet. Notice any sensations that you can. Notice what parts of the bottom of your feet are actually touching the floor. And then imagine your feet melting and sinking into the floor. go to the next location. Notice the backs of your thighs and your hips and where they're making contact with the chair. Take a deep breath in and exhale, drop into the chair a little more fully. Notice one more place of support for our body. Let's notice where your back is being supported by the back of your chair. Maybe even feeling, as you breathe deeply, the expansion of the back of your ribs. Take a deep breath in and relax into that support. Return and notice how your whole body feels. Everything connected, everything integrated. All the parts aware of the other parts. And whenever you're ready, you can gently open your eyes and softly begin to move your toes and your fingers wherever you like to move. Good. So that's it, my chair people. I miss you guys a lot. I'm really thankful that I've been able to continue doing what I do in this format for this time period. So it always helps me to practice. And I think in a way it's allowed people who don't know what we do at the studio at Arts and Wellness of Edenton, it's given them a way to kind of take a look, take an inside peek at what different classes are like. So that's been a great avenue for us to do that and to reach out to people and help them right now, especially. So I appreciate it, I really do. But I'm also excited about looking ahead for the future and thinking about what classes will look like, and we'll adjust to make people safe, whether that's in the studio or out in an outdoor space somewhere. So we're thinking about all those things right now and really excited to get back to in-person practice as well. So let us know if you have any ideas or suggestions. Everything's on the table. The other thing I'm thinking about and really excited about is doing a retreat at the end of the summer, I'm thinking, or fall-ish. A retreat would be for women, because that's been on my heart for a good while. So I already have the whole outline on paper. I'm very excited about it. Where we can have some time of really getting away and focusing on listening and becoming more aware of ourselves, kind of peeling away some layers that don't need to remain, and just enjoying who we are and where we are in the present moment and what that's like to live more fully. All right, so I talked a lot today. Hopefully not too much. But thanks for joining, and chair class will return same time, same place for next week that I know of, unless I take the camera outside. Maybe I'll do that. You never know what I'll do. Let me know if this angle was helpful. We can always go back to straight on. All right, have a great day. Hope you feel great. Keep breathing, stay relaxed, stay easy, stay loose. See ya. Bye.